Alright, so you record the incident of the air Ibom wey don dey trend since 2 days now. Wey be say dem throway one girl boys for outside. Wey be say the something con go viral for social media. Everybody con dey torchlight the video, con dey look am, dey spread am. Anyway, as e be like this now, the National Human Rights Commission plus including NBA and some kind agencies don come out say no, say this matter they go must make better akpalakpala on top this matter. See as e be like this now, they don dey sue. This con dey sue different organization wan sue. All of them dey sue Ibom Air to take collect better money from them on top this one wey dem do this girl. See, say they violate her human rights. Say on no account they suppose naked the girl, and say nothing. No be only say them naked and they can't even carry and go where them torchlight and come torture the girl. Say this one violate her human right, right of movement, right of this. They begin to quote the law here and there. Omo, there's something don't tire about it be like this. So different organization. Make we hear wetin this man talk now. Say he won't do. Almost see sue, see billing. Hey, government goes pay with their nyash this period. Anyway, make we watch the video. Don't forget to share your opinion respectively when you want talk. And they come.
Human Rights Commission may, on its own initiative, or when requested by the federal, state, or local government, report on actions that should be taken by the federal, state, or local government to comply with the provisions of any relevant international human rights instrument. Now, paragraph L states that the National Human Rights Commission shall prepare and publish in such manner as the Commission considers appropriate guidelines for the avoidance of acts or practices with respect to the functions and powers of the commissions under this act. So a combination or combined reading of all of this is what has made the Commission to periodically issue advisories. Today, it is the turn of the aviation industry. Previously, we've issued advisory to electoral management bodies, to the media on hate speech, for instance. Right. The recent one was law enforcement on freedom of expression and the interpretation of the Cyber Security Act. And then we also had a standard minimum guideline during the COVID-19 on the rights of COVID-19 patients. Now, on the advisory in question, all our advisories are well-researched materials that will enable the media, the practitioners, and other governmental institutions that it is specifically addressed to understand the normative and legal principles underpinning every human right that the Commission has a mandate to defend. In today's guideline, in today's advisory that you have, it is titled "The Right to Dignity and Protection Against Torture, Inhuman and Degrading Treatment in Aviation Operations in Nigeria." The advisory is addressed specifically to the Federal Ministry of Aviation, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the Federal Ministry of Justice, Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Correctional Service, and social media platforms. And every advisory of the Human Rights Commission starts with a preamble. A preamble is a symbolic recitation of the spirit behind the provisions of the particular document. And in it, the Commission re-emphasized its mandate as well as human rights provisions and principles that it discussed in the advisory. Every advisory of the Commission is founded on principle, and the principles you see on page 2 are principles that we bring to our work every day. I would call upon you to note principle number 6, where we invoked our neutrality and independence under section 6, subsection 3 of the NHRC Act, which says that the NHRC is not answerable to anybody, person, or authority in the Federal Republic of Nigeria as an independent national human rights institution. Every advisory has an application. To whom is it applicable to? And we have all persons and authority exercising powers related to airline operations, aviation security, law enforcement, public safety, including, and we became specific, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, airline operators, airline security personnel, and law enforcement agencies operating within aviation environment. Judicial and prosecutorial institutions, corporate entities like airlines and airline owners, social media platform. In the case under review, we saw how social media platforms allowed the video depicting a naked woman to be spread on their platform. That goes against the community guidelines of all the known platforms that we all use in our daily lives. And the commission will not stop at addressing the press. We are also going to write to each of these social media platforms outlining how they breached their operational guidelines as it relates to human rights. We are not their regulators. We are a human rights institution. And with our human rights czar, who is the executive secretary of the commission, we are going to engage these social media platforms. The next is the most important aspect of the advisory, or rather the second most important aspect, because the most important aspect of the advisory is the recommendation. But the second most important aspect is the legal and normative principles. So this is where we educate these people we address this advisory to. We are not just telling them, do this, do that. No, why must they do it? So we analyzed national and international legal documents relating to freedom from torture. It is important that I re-emphasize what the Executive Secretary has said. Torture is a no-go area. You don't even torture a Boko Haram suspect. Torture, freedom from torture, is a principle of customary international law, which means that it is now a norm. Use cogens. You don't transfer somebody from a place of safety to where the person will be tortured. The principle against non-refoulement. You cannot also, by your laws or by actions, or your thinking of what somebody has done, the gravity of what that person has done, decide to torture the person in whatever form. And our Anti-Torture Act has a listing of everything that constitutes torture. In fact, our Anti-Torture Act is more comprehensive on the particulars of torture than even the UN Convention Against Torture. And so it's important that we re-emphasize all of these documents, including the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. And then there are associated human rights that were also violated. Charles has talked about the banning of the passenger in question, which gladly now has been rescinded. The reason is that even as a regulatory body, you do not take such decision without fair hearing. Our constitution is very, very clear. And we gave that instances in this advisory, including decided case laws by the Supreme Court of Nigeria, our apex judicial body. So there is the associated rights of freedom, right to fair hearing, but there is also the associated right to freedom of movement. Nigerians have freedom of movement. Then there is also the right to privacy and family life, which has been violated in the case, in our opinion, in the case under review, by not only stripping, the videoing and the dissemination of that video. Then we also have, of course, a section where the commission delves into the importance of human dignity. Human dignity is what makes us human beings. It is what makes human rights human rights. The entire corpus of human rights is about dignity of the human person. Whether it's fair hearing, whether it's movement, whether it's family life, whether it is a personal liberty, whether it's association or assembly, all of them have a summary. And that summary is the dignity of the human person. And then, of course, the advisory goes on to make policy recommendations. Obligations of the Federal Airports Authority and the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. In addition to all the recommendations we made to them, the National Human Rights Commission offered itself as an NHRI to collaborate with these two governmental bodies in developing passengers' rights awareness campaigns and grievous redress mechanism, okay, at all terminals and for all airline operators in Nigeria. And we hope that we can collaboratively work with the operators and also the regulatory authorities. The advisory also singled out the Ministry of Aviation. Recently, the minister has really upheld that ministry, but we are now saying, further to what he has done, he should begin an entire process of integrating human rights standards and safeguards into the aviation industry as a whole, not just airline operations, but the entire industry. We need to review their regulatory framework, their policy framework, how they deal with passengers, and we are also in this advisory making ourselves and our offices open for collaboration with the ministry, including an interagency collaboration to ensure that the aviation sector aligns with Nigerian obligations under the Convention Against Torture and our Anti-Torture Act. Of course, there are other recommendations on the obligations of the Federal Ministry of Justice, the Nigerian Correctional Service. Then it's important that I emphasize that the Federal Ministry of Justice and the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation is the custodian of the Nigerian Anti-Torture Act. However, under that Anti-Torture Act, Section 5 of the Anti-Torture Act mandates the National Human Rights Commission to support victims of torture to be able to seek redress and justice. And that, as you know, the Commission has been doing right from the two SARS panels to all our investigative and enforcement powers. The Commission has been up and doing. Last but not the least, obligations of social media platforms. Social media platforms should not just be a business. They should be platforms that protect the dignity, privacy, and the overall human rights of Nigerians, and must ensure that they maintain standards that would not only protect the dignity and privacy of individuals, whether they belong to their platforms or not, but such videos that were circulated 2 or 3 days ago, everybody that circulated them should have been flagged off by these social media platforms. They should be sanctioned, and the social media platforms should collaborate with our Nigerian law enforcement authorities to bring those people who circulated those videos to.
Alright, no be smart, you don't hear what the man talk. As e be like this, myself, I don't go check my account to confirm whether I share that video that day. Thank God that day I travel, I no dey around though, so I no even know say something like that happen. Now the next day I come to hear am, I say, "Talk, guy, I won't be. Don't dey late for me to share am." We go cover one work like that for also rock, so I no even dey to share the video. My people, as e be like this now, this man dey ready to sue anything. He say he go sue both, including all social media platforms where people from dey make small bala dey post content. Omo, no be small thing o. As e be like this now, this man don come out now, don come dey para. He say he go stand gidigba take support this lady when dem do am this injustice, to get injustice back and to get him pride. Say na tread in right like this. Say e no suppose be like that for Nigeria. Say these things wey dem do, say e contravene plenty laws for Nigeria. E come dey quote, dey say section this, section that. Anyway, you recall say even the lady we get one lawyer wey dey sit down close to am that day wey this incident happen. The lawyer myself don come out for national TV come talk say he sit down with this girl that day. Say he know everything wey happen, how they take drag this girl, how they know later. The man sef come dey talk. He say no dey talk as a lawyer, but he wan just talk like passenger wey be say in na eyewitness wey see the whole thing. If you wan watch that video, if you just go channel abi TVC, na there I see am this morning. I say, yeah, this matter Tr0ubl, and e dey go fast. E be like this. Anyway, you wey don watch am reach this end, let us know wetin you think. You think say this matter go fly, abi they go quench am like the regular ones wey dey quench? Abi this girl fit get justice on top this matter? Plenty people don dey happy say, hey, if this girl eventually get justice on top this matter, say she don hammer. Some say wetin dem do am true say e no dey alright. Say no matter what, that say na assault na im dey begin do am. So the way they take drag am from air take come down, omo, e no suppose be like that o. Say dem do the girl, say the one wey she dey slap the woman, say na unto defense level, no be say she really wan fight. Anyway, plenty people don dey chook their mouth, dey talk plenty different thing on top the matter. You share your own opinion with us, make we know wetin you think, and no forget to share am respectively so that everywhere go soft. Thank you very much for this one wey you go wan contribute. See you for the next video. Bye for now.